Imagine if I never met the Stroskis. The Stroskis. Did I just fucking make that up? The Stroskis? Hello? Fireman Scott here. Welcome back everybody to another Fire PLO poker vlog. This is the second part of my last PLO session at the Texas Card House here in Houston. I was down from the first part, mostly because of a big hand with 3 kings against a guy named Maury. But as I said in the last episode, that guy's gonna come back. He's gonna be super predictable, and so will everyone else at this table. This is 22 straight minutes of PLO hands where I raise every single hand except for one. Why? Because all of these players are predictable, and I'm trying to make them do something they're not comfortable doing. Let's jump right into the action. Click subscribe if you like the channel. Thank you. Okay, opening up this first hand with ace, queen, 9-9. I've got an elephant to my left. He has about 1,700 in front of him. One of the ways you can recognize an elephant is he usually has a lot of chips. He's usually an older person, and he's always gonna be conservative. Why is he conservative? Because he has all the fucking chips. He wants to keep it that way. They have a standard way of playing that's really tight. They're not gonna risk anything. They want everybody else to play that way because that strategy is going to suit them. So you have to get in there and disrupt it. And that's exactly what I've done here. In this hand, it comes queen, deuce, deuce, and it checks around to an elephant on the button. He bets less than 1/3 of the pot. He bets $50, and it allows me to just sneak in there and see what happens. Now, an elephant behind me calls, letting me know 100% he has a deuce, and probably the original better does also. It turns an ace, but I'm still gonna have to fold. I mean, I have no outs except for an ace or maybe a 9, but they both check through because they're too conservative. And what happens here? Now that I've made the nuts, I can bet the maximum amount in the pot, and I know this very predictable elephant is gonna have to make the call because he's got an ace and a deuce in his hand, and he never bet it at all. Here's the thing. Even though I'm gonna get paid off the full pot, this is not the exact payoff. If you keep watching and you keep disrupting these guys, they really implode. As you can see later on, this elephant will do. Anyways, it's 3:05 here. Pay me the fucking money.
I'm doing a little bit. Get enormous, I'm plotting a fortune. Bust it down low like a torrent. I got the flow and emotion and openly knowing I write like a poet. Trash rappers just know.
In this hand, king, jack, 10, 8, 1 suit from the small blind. I'm really unconventional here. An elephant has raised it to 15 in front of me, and I go ahead and re-raise it to 65. The elephant, the frustrated elephant just to my left, he snap calls. He can't wait to get his money in. He's already getting frustrated because I'm not playing the elephant way, and he's getting mad. So several people call. We go to a flop, and I flop in this hand. I flop bottom pair and a king high flush draw. And like I said, I was in the small blind, so I just check, and all of these elephants just check right behind when I guarantee you one of them has an ace at least. But they're too conservative. It's 265 in there. What happens? King on the turn. Now I've got 2 pair, and it's probably the best hand. You know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna check it and let like a 10 or a 7 or a 9 or something like that come off on the river, and then one of these elephants win, and then they say, it's not every day you find 265 laying in the street. No, I'm betting it now. I raised, I created this pot, I fucking took it down. Goat things. Same concept here. I have jack, jack, 8, 3, 1 suit, and that suit is clubs. Okay, same exact thing. I'm raising it up. I'm trying to knock some of these elephants out of their comfort zone. You see? They have a certain unwritten rule book that they go by, and they want everybody to follow that rule. Right now, they're getting mad as hell. In fact, that elephant, he was already so frustrated, He's blamed the dealers, he's blamed the cards, he's blamed his seat. He's moved over, he's now sitting right next to the dealer, and as you can see, his chips are dwindling and he's getting mad. Here he flops top set and he barrels in, bets the pot. Another elephant, Mr. Winkleman, on the other side of the dealer, makes a call. I make a pretty loose call here for 183, but I know the guy behind me, even if he goes all in, which he does, it's not gonna reopen the pot. I know this before I make my call, my rather loose call. I'm looking for one of these guys to make a mistake. And here we go. Elephant, frustrated elephant, he's forgotten the rules. He's just trying to go all in. He should have known he couldn't. So he's so frustrated, he's forgotten the rules of poker right here. He can only make the call. We know you have 3 queens here. Winkleman, we know he's gonna call. It's only 100 more to him. I'm gonna call also. At this point, I think the guy who's gone all in probably has the ace high flush draw. I've got a 1-out gut shot flush, straight flush draw. I think Winkleman over here, I think this guy has a straight draw, and I have 2 jacks blocking, bottom pair, looking to make something creative happen. Somebody make a mistake, please. 5 of clubs whips off on the turn, and they both check to me, and I'm just happy to take a free card here. But on the river, it comes an ace of hearts, and before I can even think, do I want to try to get value from these 2 guys? The imploding elephant just moves all in. There's straights and flushes out on the board right now. Dude, we know you have three queens, but you see hand after hand after hand of me raising it, check raising it, doing everything to frustrate this guy. He's finally lost it all. Give me the loot! Oh yeah, everybody had exactly what I thought they had. Okay, in this hand we have our first appearance of a donkey. He raises pre-flop and I just call, and I flop top and bottom pair and a gut shot for the nuts. Now, one of the ways you can identify a donkey is he buys in for 300 twice and then 500 at a table where everybody else has 3,000. It's not a good strategy. I understand that you can't play the way these guys are playing, and you know that Fireman Scott's telling you to mix it up and get a little crazy. But have some kind of method to your madness. I don't even know what you were thinking about right here. This guy raises pre-flop, I flop top and bottom pair, he bets the pot, and I raise them all in and he makes a call. Let's watch the rest of the hand. I'm thinking my hand's not that great until I see his.
I'm gonna kiss the hand from Going to the turn.
Wanna go twice?
No, I just go once, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have that great of a hand. Unless it comes to 9.
Nuts.
Oh,
Nuts.
he said unless it comes to 9.
You said you have the nuts.
Oh shit.
Jackie.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the nuts.
That's the nuts. I said unless it comes to 9.
Wow. Good hand.
Thank you.
Six. Play the round off.
Yeah. Actually, I played through one of the rooms
30.
30.
and then I came there. And we finished like 2:30.
This afternoon?
Yeah.
Damn. When y'all posted that video, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning.
I should have went and fucking played with y'all this morning.
What's the money on the table again? Thank you.
It was raining and shit when I woke up, yeah.
You bought the book?
Yeah.
6 players.
Alright.
190. up. Okay.
I'll pot it.
570.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, 9933. You know I'm raising this one. I raise every single hand, and I'm certainly raising nines. My favorite hand here, raise it up, and this is an interesting one, okay? I kind of decided here I was gonna tell you exactly how I came to my thought process. I end up flopping middle set. It comes Jack, Deuce, 3, and I check it to a guy who bets full pot. Now, I don't know a lot about this guy. He's the only guy at the table I've never met, but I did meet him. He sounded like he had a good head on his shoulders, but he bought in kind of small. He's ran up a big stack from that one hand where I had the jack high flush. He had the ace high flush. So on this hand, he bets the pot on the flop, and I'm like, oh man, I don't think I can lay down middle set here, but I think this guy's gotta have top set. And then I'm like, well, maybe not. Maybe he's just overplaying a flush draw. Either way, I can't decide. So my plan of action is to call the flop, check the turn. If it's a club and I've checked it and he bets it, I'm gonna fold. If it's a non-club and I check it and he bets it, I'm moving all in. And then if he just checks it, I'm getting a free river. And if there's no club on the river, I'm bombing that one also. But it comes a 7 of spades, check raise hopefully is the plan, and that is exactly what happens. I check it. He pots it. I'm one card away. I know all I should have to dodge is a club here. I think, and I hope. I move all in. He calls. Comes a 4 of diamonds. I think I'm good, but I'm not. Turns out he had a gutter ball with his nut flush draw, so I lose this $3,000 pot. One card away from a big one, but I've been one card away and had it go the other way before. If you like the channel so far, and if you want to see more fire PLO action, you can also click subscribe and like. It would really help me out. I would really appreciate it. Also, follow my daily story on Instagram at fireman_Scott99. Thank you. Back into the action. Okay, after losing that last one, I'm now down for the session, and I'm looking to win just a few more pots before I call it quits and head home. I raise it up with king, queen, 6, 6. I showed you this hand because I wanted to tell you exactly what was on my mind. I only flop a pair of kings and a flush draw, but a guy leads out and again bets like a third of the pot, and I immediately pot it. And the dealer doesn't know what's in the pot, so I kind of fumble around and make him think about it. And I move the chips around and let the original better think about it for a minute, and he ends up making a fold, and I end up winning this hand with just a pair of kings.
7 players. First time. Check sixer. Middle next hand. 75.
Hot.
235. No, 245.
It's 225.
445. 445.
Say it.
445.
445?
220. 225. 445.
Good save.
What was that?
It's a good save.
Minimum 225. Good man.
I saw the wheels turning, I didn't want to interrupt.
It's expensive bathroom break.
I raise it up here with ace, queen, 7, 6, 3 suits. That suit is clubs. Maury's back, he's sitting right next to me. He starts playing super conservative. In this hand, he in fact pretty much lets me know exactly what his hand is on the flop. He came back after winning big, bought in short. Now he's trying to play like an elephant with a donkey stack, and I don't think it's gonna work, Maury.
Seven players.
Flop middle pair and a backdoor flush draw. Everybody checks around to me and listen to Maury. He basically tells me that he has 3, 4, 5 on the flop.
That's it.
Check, 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 check.
Check.
Ah, that's not good. It's not what you're supposed to do.
Check, check,
Ah, that's it, check.
check, check.
I checked that.
I'll pot it.
290. US.
He checks through. They all check to me again on the turn, and I decided to go ahead and tax his straight draw and anybody that has a flush draw. He folds because he's predictable. Somebody with a flush draw calls, and I tax him.
Ooh. All this time to think about it, now you're going to think about it more? I have to. It is. We got a clock running here. Shit!
I don't want to. Go home.
It's like the Mark thing. I could have told him what he was going to do before he
Go
did
home.
it.
Maury, go
We
home.
wasted all this
Go
time.
get the nuts.
Ollie. This is just another example where if I would have just checked here, I probably would have lost the hand. It would have came something on the river to give somebody a better 2 pair or a set or a straight or a flush or something. This is again another example of me going out there and making my own way, creating my own action, creating my own pots.
That's fucking player.
You hear the ghost shot?
I'm just kind of in there gambling with him now. I know I'm a better player than everybody, so I'm just hoping somebody's gonna make a big mistake. There's literally no other elephants. It's just a table full of donkeys. So here we go. 40. 40. We'll see, Bill. Oh yeah, I remember this one. I flop an open-ended straight draw, a backdoor flush draw, and a pair of 7s. In this hand, one of the donkeys is the guy who's been donk betting into a few pots, and he does it again on this one. He bets full pot, and he gets 1 caller in between. Of course, I'm gonna take it off, like I already said, pair of 7s, open-ended straight draw, backdoor flush draw, let's go to town. If you are an elephant, it's okay. You can become a better player. You just have to recognize that you're an elephant or you play like one, okay? Think outside the box a little bit. Remember that it's not all just about you and your stack. If you want you and your stack to continue growing, you got to think about other people at the table. Realize they don't have to play the fucking game you think that they should play. They're going to do their own thing. So think outside the box a little bit. Confuse some people by doing things that you don't usually do. Okay? Also, oh, by the way, I whip off the nuts here. When the original bettor checks, the second player, she moves all in, and I just call, hoping to get the first guy to come along, but he does make a fold. Okay, guys, also, if you're a donkey, you need a lot of work. The elephants are right. Nothing can be left in your hands. Okay, your ideas are ridiculous and not sustainable. You got to think of a game plan that's going to work, not just move all in.
You can come back if you want with your own card.
What do you have?
Straight. Not straight.
Which one? Oh, 5, 6.
Right here.
Thank you. Okay, as we close it out here, I'm gonna raise it up with ace, king, 4, 5. Listen up, guys. My name's Fireman Scott. I'm not an elephant. I'm not a donkey. I'm the goat. I'm not running for president. I'm just asking you to click subscribe. I'm going to change the way PLO is played. Right now, these GTO players are coming out there with their standard, their graph that says this is the way you should play. They are nothing but souped up elephants. If you give me a chart and you give me a book and tell me that's the way to play, I'm gonna burn that fucking book. I'm gonna do everything opposite I can do to exploit you. So, I'm not recommending a PLO book to you guys. I'm telling you to fucking trash them all, cause your boy's changing the game. Click subscribe. Thank you.
Page and go hit me a number. The shot it front line, she a runner. I had a count some hundreds, then gon' get some money. She know I ain't gon' take it from her. I let her splurge, then I purge out the beta persona. Then throw that little bitty alone. I'm rolling folgers and sipping my cup, running over. Go get some money, you rich. I got a post like Craigslist and throw some diamonds on my feet. I been on this since a G, tryna get fresh as a bitch. I'm Billy gon' follow the law. Brush a play Omaha and put your sit down on that law. I know these niggas quick draw. I never repeat what I saw.